Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragon's here, and I'm going to be playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So let's hop right in and continue the game. Now I'm still in day 2 of episode 3. Let's just go ahead and move. Wait, let's examine this stuff. Okay, let's just see what I can do. Oh, I already read all this last video, so that's why I skipped past that. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. Alright. Let's just see what I can do. I can't really find much of anything. These look like materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard. Let's look at the flower beds. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're good at taking care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Huh. Doesn't seem like there's anything... Wait, there's something right here. Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on these plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Hey, there's always room for steak. Good point. But something does seem out of place. What? I don't know. It just feels odd. Alright, let's look at this. There's a big tube painted here. Probably because this is Studio 2. Probably, though it doesn't look anything like a studio. Alright, I already interacted with everything that I can. In this area. I guess I have to move to Studio 1. Outside Studio 1. Alright, let's just move into, inside Studio 1, I guess. October 18th, Studio 1. I don't really want to be in here. Yeah, it is a murder scene. I want to go someplace else, Nick. Let's just examine this, outline. They outline where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed some of it. I don't know where I can go, if I'm being honest. Let's go outside Studio 1. Hold on. I'm gonna have to pause the recording. Alright. Let's head to the studio main gate and just see what I can do. Let's go to the employee area real quick. October 18th, Global Studios employee area. Look, it's the assistant girl. Hey. Hi, WP's lawyers, right? Yeah. Now let's see what I can do. I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh, don't mention it. Is it true that they caught the security lady? Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? Wow, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Honestly, Penny, you just seem a little too sweet for this kind of workspace. Yeah, but do you work on the props and backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than what, they did before I fixed them. Oh, well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right. I won't. Personally, I think she should worry at least a little bit more. If you excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. Okay. Let's see what I can do. I'm supposed to fill in for Miss Oldbag. Right. See you later, then. Good luck with your investigation. Alright. I'm supposed to go to the studio main gate now. So let's see what I can do. Then I'm supposed to go to Studio 2. Yeah, if you don't know, I have a bit of a guide. With me, I've had it for a little bit. Alright, let's go to the trailer. Wait, huh? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Let's go to Studio. Wait, hold on. Let's see what I can do out here. I'm Bush. Maybe I'll sit down here for a bit. I don't know what I need to do. Hey, I'm still young. I'm just tired. Nick, when you start to say I'm still young, you know it's all over. But I am still young. It says that I have to go to the studio main gate. Wait, never mind. Let's just see what I can do. Hold on. Alright, let's go to Studio 1. Alright, let's just see what I can do. Yeah, let's just try and check out all this stuff. A light van for moving stuff around. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? Probably because it's more important than, you know. Wait, let's go inside. Wait, I need to figure out what I can do. Okay. I don't know what I can do. Hold on. Alright, it says that I have to go to the dressing room, actually. So let's just go out to the studio main gate, then back to the, employee area, then the dressing room. Yeah, I don't know why I did all this. October 18th, Global Studios dressing room. This is where the Steel Samurai costume was on the day of the murder. That's what Mr. Power says, at least. I guess they snuck in and took it while he was sleeping. I guess so. But Nick, what if Mr. Powers, um, you know, hold on. Alright. Let's just see what I can do. Hold on. But Nick, you said, what if Mr. Powers hadn't been sleeping? I wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. Huh. She's got a point. Yeah, she really does, if I'm being honest. Let's just see what I can do. Alright, I have to move to Studio 2. I think. Let's just try and see what I can do. Studio main gate. Then I have to go to, outside Studio 1, then Studio 2. Outside Studio 2. Hold on. I have no clue what I gotta do. Hold on. I think I have to go to the detention center. So let's go over there. Man, this guide that I have, it is so unbearably confusing. October 18th. Detention center visitor's room. Oh, Mr. Wright, thank you for earlier. Not at all. We got lucky, to tell the truth. You can say that again. Yeah, we really did. Let's not. So, WP, do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction? Sorry, but no. Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind. No matter how small. We can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow. Yes. Let's talk to him about the fanboy. Do fanboys sneak into the studios often? No, not that I know of. The security lady's pretty strict with them. But in today's testimony, didn't she say they were often hanging around? The kids really really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess. Alright, let's ask about the director. Was the director present at the morning run-through? Yes, he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate shouldn't move. Isn't that what his director is supposed to do anyways? Why didn't you tell us that before? Well, just the studio asked us to keep quiet. That has nothing to do with this. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. Well, I'm not that new. When he loses, he's going to lose big. I see. Whose side is she on? Honestly, I'm asking myself the same question here. You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you? No, I sure hope not. Alright. Let's go to the, studio main gate. Then go to, the employee area, I guess. To talk to Penny. Wait, huh? I'm so confused. Wait, I have to go back to the main gate. As the guide says. Alright, let's just talk to Penny. Okay, where is she? An overhead map of the studios. Right from here to the... I already know all this stuff. Alright, let's just see what I can do. Alright, let's just see what I can do. I guess I have to move back to the employee area, actually. To, rip open this drain, I guess. So the fanboy they were talking about in the trial today, he came through that drain, so it seems. I guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey, Nick, if the drain's covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I kind of feel sorry for him, though, don't you? What do you want to... What, you want to rip the gate off? Really, Nick? We can? Whoa, she's serious? Let's rip it open. Okay. Well, I guess, some things are just made to be broken. Nick, you seem pretty swell sometimes. Sometimes? What do you mean sometimes, Maya? There, that should make the kids happy. The things we do. Alright, let's move to the main gate already. Since there is something. Oh, hello. Alright. You look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick. Kind of an alternative guard fashion thing. You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording to see how long I've been going for. Alright, I should be able to go for a little bit more. Let's ask about the studios. So how are the studios doing? There's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. Don't want me disturbing evidence. I haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates, from the day of the murder. You mean those plates with the steak bones left over on them, in the employee area? Yeah, can you believe it? Honestly, I kinda can. Do kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures. You can see old windbags, eyes flash when she sees them. She has a bit of trouble catching them though. Let's ask about the director. I heard something at the trial today. They said that the director and producer were here at the day of the murder. Oh, sorry. I was in the prop storage room, so I didn't see them. How convenient, if I'm being honest. I guess they were here, though. The studio head seemed pretty eager to keep us quiet. I wonder why. So they were trying to protect the director? Well, that's honestly quite embarrassing. Or the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved these studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it weren't for the producer. The producer, huh? Alright, let's see what I can do. Let's move to the employee area real quick. Since that's what the guide is telling me. And then to the dressing room. I'm gonna just see what I can do. I'm not even gonna attempt to read that, if I'm being honest. Because that's just incomprehensible and gobbledygook to me. Huh? We? Wait, you first. Who are you? Looks pretty suspicious to me. Whatever, lamers. That was the only thing I could read of his dialogue so far. How can you not know the great salmonella? I have no clue what you're even talking about, who you are, or what you are. You know what? I'm not even gonna attempt to read his dialogue. Oh, well, actually, it seems like, he makes the shows. Really? You're the salmonella? I'm so sorry. You look so sorry. No, quite alright. Really, it's fine. Jesus Christ. He looks like an otaku, like a stereotypical otaku. You know? Shy. Well, not actually shy, but overweight, shut in, really sweaty, anime-loving weirdo. You know? Nothing wrong with liking anime, by the way, or being overweight, but I'm just saying. Or even being a shut-in, for that matter. It's just that whenever you combine all three of them, it's usually not a good combo. You know? What is it? On closer inspection. Yeah. Uh. I'm not even gonna attempt to read that. Mostly because, well, Maya's only 17 in this game. Yeah, don't need to explain why that's weird. Hey, can you do a lot of cosplay? Because that costume. Ew. Ew. Shut up. Please stop talking. Roxors? What? Hey, you're drooling. Please lock this weirdo up. Because Maya's only 17. Buffer overrun. Yeah, I'm just getting so weirded out by now. You've triggered my creative powers. That is so disgusting. Genuinely it is. Yes. Yes, it's coming to me. Pink princess. Ew. Everything about this entire conversation disgusts me. The sequel to The Steel Samurai, Pink Princess, The Warrior of Old Tokyo. Every piece of this disgusts me. For obvious reasons. Yeah, Pink Princess. Why has it gotta be Little Old Tokyo? Why can't it have a cool name like Neo Old Tokyo? Maya, we really need to talk about cool. Can I please... Oh, crap. The guide says I have to talk to him. Let's talk about the day of the crime. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder? Oh, I know who you dudes are. That security lady told you about us. And can I please just get away from this freak of nature? That's right. It was a pretty regular day. We had to run through for an action scene in the morning. Then a meeting from lunchtime in the studio to trailer. I was so busy, I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch. A T-bone steak, was it? Yeah. I hate missing out on food. Trust me, buddy, I can tell. I can really tell. Nick, what does suck sores mean? No idea. Anyway, I was in the meeting from noon till after 4. With the producer and some bigwigs from the network. Mr. Hammer's time of death was estimated at 2:30 p.m. If he's telling the truth, that means that meeting gives him an alibi. All right, let's ask about the producer. About the producer who was at the meeting with you. Oh, you mean Dee Vasquez? She's a genius. Mad skills all the way. Scary, though. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai. You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right? Yeah, we were together from noon to 4. The whole time. Right, last one. Thankfully, this is the last one. Oh my god. Who exactly are these bigwigs people keep mentioning? Oh, the boss over at the network. And some sponsors. Also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tension. Were all of them with you the entire time? Honestly, I don't even think he could walk fast enough to keep up with them. I bet he runs out of breath every 5, like not even every 5 steps, maybe every 2 steps, if that. Yeah, unfortunately. They're all gray-haired geezers. Sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. Thankfully, I can move away from this weirdo. Oh my god. The guide says I'd have to move over to Studio 2. Thankfully. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go ahead and just move over to Studio 2 already, since that's what the guide tells me to do. October 18th. Studio 2 entrance. This place is deserted. I wonder why. Crash. Nick, what was that noise? It sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Yeah, you're right, Maya. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should be barging in. It's locked. What? Don't we have a key? Honestly, I don't, if I'm being honest. Okay. No, but there's probably one, in the guard station at the main gate. Then what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it. If they'll let us. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording. Alright, let's head back to the main gate. So that way I can get the key. Alright. Crap, she's back! I hate her with a burning passion. You again? How rude, acting like you've seen a ghost. Well, you're borderline a ghost anyways. Because you're clearly very old. You don't have much left for this world anyways. You certainly got back to your post quickly. Oh, the police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare steel samurai costume. They told me to put it on. Can you imagine? How could I? A sweet old lady. Sweet little old lady. Are you sure you're sweet? And little. But either way, wear a giant suit like that. Mr. Powers is pretty tall. Honestly, he is pretty tall, so you got that part right. As much as I hate to admit it. As soon as I saw they were there, as soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go. I guess I could rule her out as being the murderer. Anyway, knowing this, whippersnapper, this old lady never forgets a slight or insult. And you don't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed. Okay, I have to move to the employee area now. You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips. Thank you, Maya. Like, that is true. Starting now. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, that kind of sounds like something my mom would pull. You know, this lady's too much. Ironically, that sounds like something my mom would pull. As much as I hate to say it. Hey. Hey, wait. I'll bet he came right through the drain. Hey, kiddo, what's your name, sport? I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. Alright. But you are a kid. What a rude little brat. There's no way, that's no way to talk to an adult. Maya, you may be close to an adult, but you still aren't an adult. You know, you're still only 17. I don't see no adults here. Hippie fashion chick. Honestly, I can't see no faults in that insult, because Maya does dress like a hippie. But Phoenix is an adult, though. Hippie fashion? Well, he's not wrong, Maya. Nick, I think I'm being mocked. You think? You gotta hand it to Maya. She's pretty sharp and pretty mad. I'm Cody. Cody Hackins? Well, nice to meet you, Cody. Call me Kitty-O again, and I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer. Jesus Christ, you are lame. Even for someone who's... Well, then again, he's estimated to be like the second or third grade, so I can't really blame him. But the wildest part about this is, he's not even tall enough to, you know, fully see over the text bubbles. You know? I'm gonna pause the recording. Alright. You know what? That's gonna be the end of today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.